Hi guys, how you all doing? My name's Ben Marshall and today I'm doing a video about my SE 277 baritone guitar, which I'll stop from humming now. So what is a baritone guitar? Basically, a baritone guitar has a longer scale length which allows you to tune down lower and still keep some tension on the strings. So that's great because if you're trying to get into really low tunings on a standard electric guitar, then you can find it can get a bit flubby and your intonation can go out and you can get yourself in a bit of a mess if you've not got a really good setup. So by having a baritone and having that longer scale length, it allows a bit more tension to be on the strings, is my understanding of it, which means you can tune down super low. So a standard baritone tuning is B to B. But what's so cool about that, if you don't know loads about theory, which I know I certainly don't, is if you keep the same sort of intervals in your tuning, all of that chord knowledge you have on a standard electric guitar can go straight across onto a baritone. So if you know your E chord, you can still play an E chord on a baritone guitar. It's just going to be moved down to B if you're in B tuning. So that's really awesome creative tool to be able to come up with new things and just have a totally different sound from a guitar. It's particularly good for me because I absolutely love players like Joey Landreth and Ariel Posen, and this is a good way if you're a mere mortal to be able to get them sort of tones without having some crazy tuning and massive strings. So are they particularly hard to play? This one is a really nice guitar. It is a bit hard to play in the standard guitar, but really it's nothing too bad. I think it makes you play the instrument a bit differently, which again is really cool if you're trying to get into a creative headspace. I find this one really useful as well because I record people, and if you're just missing something and you want a bit something extra in a track, it's a great way just to access a different sound and have an instrument that sits in a different place. So more onto this guitar specifically. As I said, this is the SE 277 PRS. It is a 27.7 inch scale length, I believe, and it's a semi-hollow guitar. A semi-hollow guitar with this lovely F-hole. It's got two P90s, a three-way switch, a tone and volume pot, a string through with a nice chunky bridge, and have I missed anything else? It's got a nice maple top. I'm not sure if this is a veneer on top, the very top, but it is a maple cap. It's an absolutely awesome guitar. It is made in Korea and it cost me 750 quid. I don't think they're making these anymore, but you can pick them up for that sort of price still. And it also, if you want to get into them heavier styles, it comes in a solid body variant with two humbuckers. I bought this one, I think, after seeing Danish Pete play one on the Andersons channel, and he said how inspiring it was, and the sounds he got out of it were absolutely amazing. So I had my eye on it from then, and I'm chuffed to bits I got one. This one has an absolutely minuscule chip in the fretboard, which made it a bit cheaper, but I'm always happy if things are cheaper for tiny things like that. So no, good stuff. So instead of doing one of them demos where you go, this is the neck pickup, this is the middle pickup, this is the bridge pickup, I'm sure there's plenty of those around and they'll do them better than me. So what I'm going to do is try and play a bit of music that has a little bit of that, goes from sort of light, more delay ambient sounds to something a bit heavier at the end, and then hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of the sort of different sounds it can achieve. So on the pedal board today, I am going through my Universal Audio Dream 65 reverb amp. I, like everyone else, love a massive amp and own far too many of them. Unfortunately, I am making videos in my attic at the minute and I don't want to get kicked out of my house. So we're using this, but it's an absolutely brilliant sounding bit of kit and we'll do some videos on that in the future. I've also got my POG we might use a little bit just for a bit of that octave fuzz sound higher up. I'll add the higher octave in. Got a TC flashback that's on the stock #1 setting, just a nice ambient delay. I've got a Boss digital delay DD3, which is set to a bit of a slapback. In terms of boost, we've got a Mythos High Road Fuzz from Joey Landreth from Mini One. I've also got a fake Tube Screamer, which I also love, which is a joy of Vintage Overdrive, and we might use a bit of a clone copy as well. So I'll give this a go. And we're going to start off on the bridge pickup, sorry, the neck pickup, and move away up and down. And I'm sorry in advance about a bit of that hum. there we go guys, that's pretty much my first demo. So apologies if someone was a bit sloppy. It's a different ball game when you're being filmed by yourself. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gave you an idea about this awesome guitar. As far as alternatives go, as I say, this one's about £750 second hand. I've also got a friend who was a Squire, I think it's Paranormal Series Baritone, which I'll put a link to in the description, that's absolutely awesome as well. I would say this is a bit of a cut above every other baritone I've played. It's an SE, but I have a lot of American guitars as well, and this is every bit as good as them. It's an absolutely brilliant bit of kit. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I found it really inspiring buying this guitar, and that led me to write and record my own songs, which I don't normally do, and you can check that out in the description as well. So if you like the video, please give it a like, please give it a subscribe, and we'll have some more videos coming along really soon. Cheers guys.